We have Hannes Kruger here, and of course we have Natalie. I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Natalie. Rivener, who's an editor, and we're talking the flight of the Phoenix in just a few more moments. So stay tuned right here to the U-turn, and I'm SindiM. We're talking, doing it for the love of reading and authentically indeed, which is always great. And of course, in studio right now, we've got Natalie Rivener, and of course, we're also talking to Hannes Kruger. Herzog Kruger. Now, of course, Natalie, we're talking, of course, about your recently published project. Am I mistaken? It was called Flight of the Phoenix?
Yes, Flight of the Phoenix, and it was actually based on all of the writers' experience. Because, I don't know, as South Africans, we often believe that just because we're South African, we can't make it big out there. And because of that, our dreams as writers have died, and now I just decided, you know what? It doesn't have to be that way. I've seen that people can do this on their own. Let us rise from the ashes and fly on the wings of Phoenix, you know.
Fantastic. Now let's talk about your writing journey. How did your journey start as a writer? Maybe this question is for both you guys. How did this journey start, and why writing?
Well, the moment I started reading myself, the moment my parents stopped reading to me and I actually just read books myself, I had this immediate urge to start writing. And it just grew, and all of my teachers at school would always praise me for my creative writing. So at one stage, I just thought I was the cat's whiskers. And then I, for no apparent reason, stopped writing, and it really just restarted again about 4 years ago.
Wow. Yeah, I think my journey was very similar. Since the first time I started reading, I wanted to create stories. And that was my drive. That's always been my drive when I create a story. Is it going to be engaging? What is the audience going, the reader going to learn from this fiction? Or what can they take away? So I think my journey is exactly the same as Natalie's. I've always wrote short stories, published a previous short children's book a few years back, and since then I kept on writing with the hope of actually getting something published as well. Since Natalie liked me to be part of this amazing project, I had to jump to the opportunity to do it.
Fantastic. Now, Natalie, how did you come up with the title of the Flight of the Phoenix, and what do you anticipate it will mean to, the readers out there?
Well, like I said, this is really the revival of our dreams. So the Flight of the Phoenix to me is I'm making several phoenixes rise from the ashes at this stage. And I think to any reader, if you think about it, the concept of phoenix is something that ends a journey and then starts anew with new hope and new horizons for humanity.
Yeah. Fantastic. So the rejuvenation of all these fantastic writers. Now, let's talk about the stories that are covered in the book. And of course, Harry, one of your stories are in the book. How did, the process of actually deciding what should be in the book, and sort of when you're looking at that process, what was so important to you?
Well, the most important thing to me was that the writers actually listen when I say, listen, this part won't work. You need to write to your audience. You're not just writing for yourself at this stage.
Yeah.
And I must say quite a few people got upset with me about that.
But people don't like to be told that they're certain not that two different things.
But in the end, the 7 authors that stuck with the project listened to me, and they really worked very hard to rewrite and improve their stories. And I think every single author that participated seriously grew as an author. It was amazing to watch the process.
Well, actually, I think to that exactly. As a writer, sometimes you're not challenged. You challenge yourself to a project. But if you're involved in a project where you have an editor that you can feedback, then it gives you a little bit more to work on, to go back to your project, to your actual story, and then say, what parts can I make better? What parts can I actually work on, and what parts aren't working yet?
Yeah.
So that was excellent, and I loved the fact that we were working with Natalie, and that she challenged me as a writer as well, and I'm sure all of the other writers, the others that's not here, can compare to the same.
Fantastic. Now, Natalie, what are some of the, sort of central themes or messages within the story?
Well, I first of all demanded from every author to give me a story about new beginnings.
Yes.
So each and every story had to have a moment where it was central to the plot that something new is starting, something different is happening now. And I also initially asked everybody to just feature the concept of wings. And wow, did they deliver. I was actually quite astounded because I was thinking, flight of Phoenix is this bird, so wings and wow.
Basically flight. So
fantastic.
One of the things that I can say is Natalie gave us that from the beginning, she provided several right stories for this conversation. That it must revolve around the themes that she set out. And I think everybody did a really great job.
I think so too.
Now, what was the hardest thing about the editing of the the Flight of the Phoenix, and just deciding on the finality of it?
Being an editor is like a herder of cats. It's really not in the nature of writers to listen to somebody else. We like listening to ourselves and doing exactly what we want to do. So the hardest thing for me was really to say, this is how we're doing it. And yes, we will be sticking to this way of doing it. And wow, did I struggle to do that. I'm very much a softie.
Yes.
And actually having to put my foot down was really difficult for me.
So something you learned there, Natalie. Now, Natalie, you guys are having a launch soon of the book. What do you hope to achieve with the launch, and what are you hoping everybody who comes to the launch can take from it?
Well, it's obviously first up an opportunity for our readers to actually meet us. Step one. And two, so for us to meet them, it's actually so fantastic to finally meet somebody who's excited about your writing other than yourself. And then we'll also have a little bit more media coverage than I expected.
Fantastic.
So I'm actually really hoping that this will market our event further and just give it a bit more momentum until we hit our next project, which hopefully will be published next year.
Fantastic. Now, when is the launch happening?
It's the 25th, this Saturday, in fact, at the Royal Scroll Public Library.
Okay.
And that's in Centurion for anybody who doesn't know where Royal Scroll is. And it's at 2 o'clock. So you're starting at 2. It's until 4. So if you don't find parking, just hold on. Around about 3 people will start leaving and you'll be able to get it.
Fantastic. And what does the launch mean for you, Harry, as a writer?
It's really exciting to be able to be part of something this project specifically, and the launch gives me opportunity to market myself as a writer. Because one thing that I think none of us actually said that's for our project is that all of us have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
None of us are full-time writers. So it's basically an opportunity to express and to grow as a writer, to grow your audience, to grow reader space, and to just to be seen. Because as a writer, if you're not seen, nobody knows about you. Nobody will read your work.
Yeah.
So marketing is pivotal, and I think one thing that I've learned with this launch is the importance of marketing and how to go about, how to steer the project in the direction that you want it to go.
Fantastic. Now, Natalie, for people who want to find out more about the project and, of course, the launch, where do they go?
Well, about the launch, go to Facebook, check out Sigra Book. Okay, that's spelled really weirdly, so I'm going to spell it out for you guys.
Please do.
SIYGRAH book. Okay. And our launch is an event on there, and then further you'll have to go to Amazon.com. You can buy an ebook over there, or even order your own print-on-demand book. And other than that, we will be donating a few books to some of the libraries that we can get a hold of. So if you really are strapped for cash, there will be a free to borrow copy somewhere.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for visiting us. Really appreciated having you in the studio. And of course, all the best with the project. I'm sure people are just going to love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. And of course, that was Natalie Rivener and of course, Kruger in studio talking to us about the Flight of the Phoenix. If you haven't gotten the book, make sure you go on Amazon and get a copy. And of course, you can go on their Facebook page to find out more about the event, which is the launch is happening this Saturday.